Bonsoir, say Catherine Ann Marsh. I just, for my YouTube channel this evening, I'm, this is not really scripted, it's kind of improvisational, though I do have some good ideas in mind. Just on the subject, on the theme, variations on the theme of Emily on Paris, Emily in Paris, the Netflix series, which is already making season 4, I think. I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure because I'm not there. I'm not in France. I'm aux États-Unis, Caroline du Nord. I'm in North Carolina in the United States. So, just one thing, there's a couple of things I have to say about Emily in Paris. Three things, actually. Les bons trucs, and then just something which I might not have liked about the program. First of all, I'm a big fan of Emily Blunt, who I saw recently as Queen Victoria on Netflix. I haven't seen. I think Dame Judi Dench has been usurped by Emily Blunt in the part of Queen Victoria. I haven't. It was just. I mean, it was just incredible. I haven't. Incroyable, great performance. One of the best performances I've ever seen on Netflix, which is saying a lot because I've seen a lot of Netflix films and programs. So if you're gonna say Emily, Emily Blunt is Emily, not Lily Collins. No offense. I think Lily Collins is a good actor. Um, is a good actor. Although I think before you're fortunate enough to work in Paris for Philippine uh, Hua Bolia and to work on camera and have a great job in Paris, I think you should study Études le Français more before going over there, first of all, and learn a French accent, learn some French slang, and before work even starts. I can't imagine working in Paris, France on camera for a Netflix series and not studying French before the job starts. The other thing I have to say is the uh, the Gabriel's restaurant, Gigi's, he named after his grand-mère. I liked those scenes a lot. The Michelin star, which he finally got the Michelin star. I enjoyed those episodes a lot. Those were my whole family's French and Scottish and Scandinavian. So it's the French culture is. I grew up with the French culture, even though I'm from North Carolina. So, because we're hereditarily French. So it's just my whole family spoke French to me as a child, and I had to learn French and English growing up. It was not just English at home at all. So, and I learned a lot about French culture from my grandmother, especially. So, and anyway, the thing about the recipes, yes, there are recipes. Maybe Gigi didn't want to divulge the recipe, the recette, to Emily Cooper, Lily Collins, and just kind of felt like Emily Cooper would be a better match for her grandson Gabriel. So anyhow, which may have been, but just maybe didn't want to say it in front of other people in the cuisine of his restaurant on Paris, which would be understandable. Just didn't want to say it in front of anybody else. But there are. Anybody who's seen the 1,000 Foot Journey, not the 1,000 Foot, what is it? The 100, it's been so many years since I've seen the film. 100 Foot Journey. The 100 Foot Journey is about two restaurants in France which were across the rue from each other. And Dame Helen Mirren starts to talk about, owns a restaurant, plays a part of a restaurant owner in France, and talks to one of the chefs in the restaurant who works for her about not burning things and about other kinds of cuisine. And I have the Recette for Boeuf Bourguignon. I have an entire livre of Francais Recettes, which I've had for 2.5 years. It you just add cardamom. Now, I stopped eating red meat, so I don't eat LaBeouf now, currently. But I have the recipe, and I know you add cardamom because you don't have a problem with another kind of cuisine. There are other spices which you can add to make the recipe more modern, to make the chasset more modern. So no one said anything to her about the cardamom at all. It's just one chasset. I have a whole leaflet of Francais chasset, which I've had for 2.5 years because of my relationship with Kathleen. So I've had these chasset for 2.5 years. So there are chesed. There's the only other thing I have to say is there are chesed. They've just been changed for the better through the years. And so we'll see about season 4 and what's with the Italy thing. I mean, going to Rome and going to the Trevi Fountain, then going back to Paris. Italy is not France. It's another Pays-Bas and Tiamont. So when I used to work on Broadway, the theater used to go, there was a tour to Italia every year, but it wasn't to Rome. It was to Recettes Francais, and then the L'Odéon, and back to Paris. The tour went to Mexico, and then I'm not involved in the theater I used to work for. I'm really a film business professional. I enjoy théâtre occasionally, like L'Odéon, like Christophe Ange directed a play at L'Odéon with Chiaja, and about Le Ciel de Nantes was the title, and then did Marcello Mio recently, which went to Cannes. I'm more into the Cannes Film Festival. I'm not really, but anyhow, currently, I think it just, Italy isn't France. L'Odéon is France. L'Odéon est Paris. Théâtre L'Odéon. And film professional like Canal. I love films when it says Canal. When the film starts, I know it's going to be worth watching. Anyhow, I like just about every film I've seen, which in Canal is a big part of the film, produces the film. I'm watching every Canal film there is. So anyhow, bonne nuit.